This is Larry Prime coming at you with another Walking Dead McFarlane's Toys video review. Technically, we're finishing up Series 5. I've pretty much reviewed every human character in that wave. We're going to be finishing off this series with a character that we did get before, but it was kind of crap. Not gonna lie. I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't actually own that figure, but eventually I will. Hopefully. If you don't know what I'm talking about at this point, maybe I should show you who I'm reviewing. We are going to review Daryl Dixon and his motorcycle, or chopper. I don't know why it's called a chopper, but whatever. It's a chopper. So let's take a closer look at Daryl on his motorcycle. When this came out, this was probably McFarlane's greatest achievement in terms of the Walking Dead action figures, because as you can see, there is a shit ton going on with this figure, with the motorcycle altogether. You got the crossbow right there, not really snug, but it stays. These things come off. You can have these off. You just have him on his bike like that. But that was kind of boring, so I'll put this back on. Uh-oh. He's about to fall. I have him holding with my palm. There's so much attention to detail on this figure. There's a hell of a lot more detail that I have to get into because there's so much on this thing. I don't know how I'm gonna go over it all, but we'll find a way. It rolls perfectly fine. Let's get that up there. He rolls. I don't know what's stopped on there, but as you can see, he's got that nice smooth. Fantastic. I love it. And the rack is being a pain in the bitch. There is a better way to display this figure, and that's with this. Sort of like a mini display stand where you find the hole right there. You can plug it in like so. You got a big round wheel there, and he stands perfectly fine without the use of a rack or a stand. So you can make it look like as if he's actually riding it, which looks awesome. I really love this set. I'm so happy I got it. Let's get into more of the bike and see what inner workings that go on with this beast. As you saw, you can put Daryl's crossbow on the front, so you can have somewhere to put it if you prefer Daryl not to hold his crossbow, which I don't know why you wouldn't. There's like so much going on here. Did they like 3D print the bike too? Like it's so it's crazy, this thing, how detailed it is. It pops off from the screen from real life into toy form. Probably a good thing that they replaced the symbol on there, because that sure as hell wouldn't make it to like toy market. This was originally Merle's bicycle, not Daryl's. Daryl sort of took it after he gave up looking for Merle. He's like, oh, he's gone, I'll just take his bike. Even got the license plate right here. Very awesome. Love it. Stand! Please stand for me, for the love of God. Here, maybe this will help. Yeah, here we go. If this doesn't work, then, you know, screw this. This bike is awesome, has troubles standing up, but I'm willing to forgive it, because I can't imagine life without this piece in my life. It's just not possible. No, it's not. So from the beginning of the video, you saw that Daryl can actually fit on his bicycle perfectly well, thanks to the new leg articulation. Life is hard, you guys, okay? It's just stuff like this really my whole day is destroyed because of this bike falling over. You can get Daryl to easily fit on here, not so much holding the bike. Well, there you go. He's on his bike perfectly. Well, not perfectly. His legs are not really lined up to this thing right here. I need a bike expert. Well, that's the piston pawl. Can't really. Well, I mean, hold on, maybe. Did I do it? You can't get him to rest his feet on the brakes, but as you see, his arse is risen in the air. It's like he hit a speed bump, and I was like, woo! Wonder if I can launch him off this. That's enough for this bike, though. The only reason people really bought this set, oh my god. I'm just gonna ignore it. You can go to hell, bike. I love you, but you can go to hell. The only reason people really bought this figure was so we can get our hands on an actual good Daryl Dixon action figure with good leg articulation. Look at that. He is bending his legs to the extreme. What's up with that? And look at this. He can even spread it out. Oh, he can do karate kicks. That looks so good. Oh god, I really wanted this, and I did, and now I love it. Look at that pose. He's ready to kick some ass by looking good. His face is what's gonna defeat his enemies. So let's get a more closer look at this action figure. Maybe not the best face for Daryl Dixon, but all around this figure still looks pretty amazing. What they had to do to really make sure that this figure turned out great was they had to really go all out, but you still get a lot of pretty nice detail all around. So long as we have a Daryl Dixon action figure that is actually pretty good, I think we're good. We're in the good. Yes, I believe that to be true. Who cares about detail when you have a leg articulation? Let's go into his accessories, and really he doesn't actually have a lot. He, well, you can't have Daryl Dixon without his crossbow. Even though I don't own the Series 1 Daryl Dixon or the Merle Dixon 2-pack, this is a different crossbow from the one that originally came with the last Daryl Dixon figure that was released in stores in Series 1 and Series 3, 4, kind of. I don't know. Somewhere around there. I'm pretty sure. I love the look of this crossbow. It's pretty amazing. You got like some like paint chipping right here, which was intentionally there. It came like that in the box. It's just pure black. In most areas there is like some like metal paint showing, which looks fantastic. I love it. This is a really famous piece in my Walking Dead collection. There must be a crossbow. There must be a Daryl Dixon. Always in my collection. If there's not, it's not a collection. It's just someone trying to be a collection. Which luckily I'm not. But I don't have any of the zombies, so I guess I don't really have a collection. I just have the human cast. That's all I have. Well, that's not true. I have Michonne's Pet Walkers. Here we have just a plain doll knife. Nothing really special. It's just black at this part and some gray right there. Not too much going on, but it's nice that he came with an accessory other than a crossbow, and you could fit it in his sheath nicely, and it sits there. Oh, I'm gonna use my muscles to kill the zombies. Let's see if we can get Daryl holding his... Daryl, I swear to God! Stand for me, you motherfucker. Let's see if we could get him holding his accessories. This thing is really fragile. I should give you a heads up. This thing will break instantly if you handle it wrong. Like, because it's some of the pieces are really thin. Some of the lines, it'll snap in half. Happened like a couple of times to some of my friends who own this Daryl Dixon, and they've told me that like pieces like this, like a little loose, it breaks off, and which is a shame, but luckily mine is still in one piece, and even if it does break, I can just hopefully get my hands on the single pack Daryl Dixon, which now that I look at it, kind of a waste of money buying this whole set. But no, it's not a waste of money. I paid like 40 to 50 bucks, I think. 40 bucks, 30. I don't remember. I got it at Comic-Con, so obviously it was expensive. I still wanted to get one because I'm pretty similar to Rick. I didn't know if I was if we were ever going to get another Daryl action figure, which so far we haven't, unless if you count the Gravedigger Daryl, which I know some of us are trying to forget. that thing exists. But McFarlane's like, no, remember this? We want you to buy this because, and we want to repackage it too because nobody bought it last time. So maybe people will buy it again if we release it in Series 9. That makes sense. So this is kind of the money shot right here. Like, all you need to do is like post a picture on Facebook with Daryl holding his crossbow properly. Look at that. Some characters aren't really designed well to hold their accessories the way this beautiful creature can. Oh, I love it. Another money shot. Daryl Dixon getting ready to stab some zombies with his knife. He isn't able to hold it well because it's partially due to the plastic stretching, because he has to grip his motorcycle, which has these like fat handlebars. His crossbow too kind of has a wide handle, which has already stretched the plastic on this, so when he holds his crossbow, it falls out really easily unless you have him holding it with two hands. This is still a cool figure, and he looks like he's doing a rodeo, but whatever. He's still a cool figure. He even came with the wing vest this time. Thank God. I was about to flip the fuck out if he didn't come with his wing vest. Now that we've gone into his awesome accessories, let's get into his articulation. Head can rotate 360 degrees smoothly, perfectly. His head can actually go up a little bit, but not a lot. But he can go down at least. He can be like, oh man, Beth died. Spoiler, by the way. There's nothing I could do about it. Even though she could have totally gone out of that alive, but whatever. I guess I guess the actress didn't want to be on the show anymore, so she was like, fuck you. She's still hot though. His arms can rotate 360 degrees. They can go outwards that far. Alright, well that kind of sucks. I'll admit that. Like, yeah, alright, whatever. That sucks. He can bend at the elbow. He can rotate at the elbow. The new wrist articulation allows him to bend his hand forward like that. Bend it upwards. Turn the wrist forward. Back. All kinds of possibilities to have your figure move. He does have another new accessory, which is an ab twist, which is something I don't think Walking Dead figures have. I think he's one of the few that do have actual ab articulation, which is awesome because that just leaves me with, well, that doesn't look good. Shit. It does leave room for like a lot of possibilities, which for a character like Daryl Dixon, you kind of want that. So they really made sure to give him as much articulation as they could. Let's get into the highlight of this figure. The leg articulation. His legs can actually move forward. Yes. Yes.
Yes! Yes!
It's so beautiful. Oh, look! He can sit down! Oh! It's beautiful! Thank you, McFarlane. I take back everything I ever said about you. Which was nothing, so ignore everything I said. Yeah, he has leg articulation, and I'm really worried because despite him having leg articulation finally, some of them could easily break, like the hole in there. Enough friction can like snap it or something. I don't know. Like, I've seen it happen to some collectors who own this figure, and it was not a pretty sight. And even some of this was not right either. That the butthole was loose too. So, well, that hasn't happened to any of my figures yet, thank God. So, let's keep it that way. Knees can bend, like so. Rotate. Weirdly. Not much in terms of feet, but you can like move it a little bit. And this foot is a pain in the bitch because if you can see what I'm seeing, you see that there's something wrong with this image. This foot is like bent like a little too far. You can stand perfectly fine. It doesn't like, only now it is because I'm freaking talking about it, but like when you get him to stand, It doesn't like limit his stance at all. So even though it looks bad, you barely even notice it. It's there, even though it sucks that he has it. Paint overall, I think the face is kind of Eskimo-ish. I know I'm gonna sound racist saying that, but it doesn't even look like Normaritas that much. I don't know if there's like an angle. Well, that looks okay, I guess. You wouldn't know unless he. Oh god, they could have done maybe a little bit better job capturing his likeness, but either way, it's fine, I guess. It's passable. Another Daryl action figure that's not the Gravedigger Daryl, and much better likeness and maybe a lot more detail to him. His detail's fine. What they did do, they added a lot of pretty cool stuff, especially to his pants, where you got a little rip right there in his pants. You got some dirt and like mud around him. You got like a biker's glove in there. I don't know if you can see the little pink thing. So that's good detail. A lot of it is very good. But because they maybe added too much focus to the bike, because they were trying out, this is the first time we've actually seen actual leg articulation. They probably didn't think to add as much detail. I'm gonna go with 8.9 out of 10. It's great. I like it, but maybe we could have seen a little bit more. I don't know how we could, but maybe because like I was hoping maybe we get the jacket. Why would you ride a motorcycle without a jacket? Because when you ride a motorcycle, you're riding at like a velocity where you get like really cold because you're going so fast. So that's why bikers and Daryl wears a jacket whenever he takes one out, so that his arms don't like don't freeze to death. And that didn't make any sense why they wouldn't do this. And maybe down the line we will get a Daryl with his jacket on, but right now this is what we got in. I'm happy with it because this is how he commonly looks more often than him wearing a jacket. So I love it. 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Sorry. 8 out of 10. Articulation. This figure has likely the best and the only good articulation out of any of the action figures, even the ones that came out of it, because he does have the ab articulation, and because the leg articulation was so new at the time and something that we've been begging for, it just gets a lot of praise for taking a step up and actually adding more to what they can do with this line and keeping it strong by doing stuff like that. And even the bike too, like the bike is crazy detailed. Like I don't think anyone expected it to turn out as good as it did. So the articulation is fantastic. I cannot praise it enough. It is the best out of any Walking Dead figure. 10 out of 10. I mean, it's perfect. He is the perfect action figure, and the perfect ones to have in your collection. Figure overall, including in accessories, I'm going to have to give it a 9 out of 10. You get the bike, which has the best detail ever. Very stunning, very fun to use, to display, to play. Even play, you can play with these. They're not going to last much longer if you play with them, but you definitely get a lot of value out of this. Just owning it, because it's that fantastic. So yeah, 9 out of 10. Perfect. It is perfect. So perfect. Wow. I'm so intense I made Daryl pass out. Thank you guys for watching. This is Larry Prime tuning out. Stay tuned for more reviews.